Why does the Passover lamb have an expiration date? Before we answer that, you need to ask, what kind of sacrifice is Passover? Do I? What kind of sacrifice is Passover? Last time you said it was like an upside down offering. Yup. Instead of it being given to God, all of it was eaten by the people. And that is one reason it's similar to a particular sacrifice in Leviticus. Because it's eaten? Come on, what kind of sacrifice is Passover? Leviticus chapter 7 says, the meat of the peace offering of thanksgiving must be eaten on the same day it is offered. None of it may be saved for the next morning. But if the sacrifice of his offering is a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten on the day that he offers his sacrifice, and on the next day what is left of it may be eaten. But whatever remains of the sacrificial meat by the third day must be completely burned up. And that's similar to Passover because here's what Exodus says about the Passover sacrifice. You shall not leave any of it over until morning, but whatever is left of it until morning, you shall completely burn with fire. They both have an expiration date? Why? First, you need to ask if there are any other similarities. Do I? What else is similar between Passover and a peace offering? The peace offering is the only sacrifice that was eaten by the people. With the burnt offering, God got all of it. With the sin and the guilt offerings, God got his bit and the priests got the rest. But with the peace offering, God got his bit, the priests got a portion, and then the rest was taken back home as a feast for the entire family. A family feast? That's the idea of the peace offering. It's a street party. When someone had fulfilled a vow or made a covenant, maybe a marriage, they would celebrate with a special feast to mark the event. Just like we celebrate a marriage with a wedding reception. Two families coming together for a meal and a party. But why the warning that they shouldn't leave any till the following day? I think because the whole idea is that it's a communal feast. Some translations call the peace offering the communion sacrifice. A community coming together, celebrating a meal together. And so the expiration date is to prevent anyone from selfishly hoarding for themselves. Sharing is caring. If there were leftovers, it meant they hadn't sent out enough invitations. They should have invited more people to the party. I suspect this is partly what Jesus was getting at with the parable of the wedding feast. So Passover is a communion sacrifice? It seems to fit. The peace offering was one animal shared among the whole family. And the Passover is one lamb shared among a household. Do you know what's fascinating? All the events around Jesus' death and resurrection coincide with Passover. Jesus didn't choose Day of Atonement or some other Jewish holy day. He could have, but Jesus is intentional about his timing. He announces his impending death and resurrection within the context of this highly symbolic memorial feast. Because he wants us to associate the events of Easter with the Passover event. He wants us to remember his death and resurrection regularly by participating in a meal, and he expects us to share that meal with our family. Like a communion sacrifice? Exactly, a communion sacrifice.